document. I just chose not to go. But show me an invitation for these other events. And I'm not the only one. Even when he visited Homa Bay, our colleagues, just let me finish. Let me just finish. In the National Assembly, I have colleagues there who also said that they needed formal invitations for these presidential factions. You cannot just crash there. You will meet people who will think, because there's still a hostile stance. And from the public pronouncements by the president, and especially by the deputy president, there is still a lot of hostility. And we in the opposition, people who don't support UDA, who didn't support or vote for this president, we just don't know what to do. I, Trevor, would not want to find myself in a situation where I have attended a function in my capacity as a senator of Nairobi, and the entire time, the leadership is spending time haranguing us about reminding me, oh, how you are the SG of ODM, you are the people in government, you are harassing us, and now you are going to see, putting us in our place, telling Sifuna, you cannot sit in the front row, you sit there in the back, this is not Azimio, this is not handshake. What we need, Trevor, is for people, especially the leadership. The leadership is the one that sets the tone for how quickly the country moves on. If every time, including in his address to Parliament, if every time the president comes before lawmakers, before any public function, he keeps reminding those of us who did not support him that he is here now, he's the king, despite and in spite of our intentions and wishes and so on and so forth, we are not going to be comfortable being around him. So he came to Parliament for his first address. Then he starts telling us, oh, you know, the opposition leader became the candidate for government, the government became... Those are things that have now passed. What we need to do is to change our attitude. Let the president realize that the question of his victory is still contested in many people's hearts, including my own heart. And let him realize that this victory of his, because it was such a close margin of 200,000 votes, there are very many people who are still hurting. Whereas we want the government to succeed. And I want to say this on Citizen TV. There is nobody in Azimio, nobody in ODM who wants this government to fail. That would be akin to you wishing the pilot flying an aircraft in which you are also flying to do a bad job and to crash the aircraft. You will all crash. But what we need to see is some magnanimity, some grace. When you are on top, Wamatangi, like you beat your competitors in Kiambu by a proper margin. I don't see you every time you go, you tell them, nyinyi watu tuliwanyorosha. It is not necessary. You have already won. You were declared the winner. Just be magnanimous. I would rather not be in an event sitting there because I don't have to be there. The concrete on that Mukuru project, which by the way was started by Uhuru, will not stop drying because the senator was not there. Okay. My physical presence is not necessary. I am not the person doing the doors.
All right. No.